Welcome to AfriFreedomChannel, your trusted space for deep political analysis and fearless conversations about Africa's future. Disclaimer. The views and analysis shared in this video are based on publicly available information. Julius Malema has once again shaken South Africa's political space by announcing that the economic freedom fighters have written to President Cyril Ramaphosa, demanding the withdrawal of Firoz Cachalia's appointment as acting minister.
The GNU is an issue that we'll debate on a separate day because we must look at this development very closely. Today we are awaiting President's response because we wrote a legal letter to him asking him to withdraw the appointment of Cachalia as acting minister because it's not allowed. The constitution is very clear. You appoint an acting minister from amongst cabinet colleagues. That's why you can't even appoint a deputy minister as an acting minister because he's not a cabinet member, whereas with someone from outside. So that alone is out. And if he doesn't respond positively, we're going to take him directly to the Constitutional Court because we didn't want to jump the gun. We wanted to give him an opportunity to reconsider his decisions. If he continues in the manner he wants to continue, that makes him a constitutional delinquent. And we might have to consider those issues at the later stage when we deal with these matters of the GNU. It's for the DA to decide whether they want to walk out of the GNU or not. But our stance is very clear. We can't go into...
Malema has gone further, warning that if Ramaphosa does not comply, the EFF will approach the Constitutional Court. This raises a critical question: is this a principled stand against executive overreach, or is it another example of political brinkmanship in South Africa's fragile democracy? And how do you, as a South African citizen, view the balance of power between the president and the opposition? Supporters of Malema are rallying behind him with a strong cry, "Hands off the black child," and "Remove white apartheid from the judiciary."
This video goes to that judge who find Julius Malema guilty on her verdict. Listen to me very carefully. A white judge. Number one, our judiciary way too white. That's number one. Number two, our judiciary very much controlled by white mentality. Number three, there is no justice happening in this country. Number four, there is no freedom of speech in this country. Number five, the real criminals are walking free in the street. Real criminals. Yesterday, one of ex-police minister was murdered in Paris. Number six, Julius Malema, myself and him, we might have different opinion about politics. But in this case, we will defend that black child. You dare to touch Julius Malema. You dare to touch Julius Malema. We, as Truth and Solidarity Movement, will stand united with economic freedom fighters to free South Africa from you.
These are not just slogans, they are deeply emotional calls rooted in history, pain, and the unhealed scars of inequality. But does framing today's political disputes through the lens of apartheid-era injustice help advance justice, or does it risk further dividing the nation? How do you feel about the claim that the judiciary still reflects a colonial legacy that works against black leadership? On the other side, critics argue that Julius Malema's recent case proves otherwise. They highlight that Malema did not fire a toy gun or fireworks, as earlier suggested, it was a real firearm. This point is being used by opponents to discredit him, portraying him as reckless and unfit for leadership. But here lies a difficult question: should leaders who claim to fight for the people be judged more harshly for their personal actions, or should their political vision be separated from their mistakes? Can South Africans truly separate the man from the movement?
Down with AfriForum, down! Down with DA, down! Down with Helen Zille, down! Manja! Thank you very much, Deputy President and all officials of the EFF. We want to thank all the leaders of the EFF who are here and from different provinces. Thank you, the ground forces of the EFF, for your support. We have been here for 7 years. We are almost at the end because today she passed a verdict finding us guilty, but she released accused number 2, which is highly appreciated, because we know that from the beginning they had been looking for me. They were not looking for accused number 2. They were just playing games, and today they came out openly. As a revolutionary, going to prison or death is a badge of honor. We cannot be scared of prison. We cannot be scared to die for the revolution. So whatever they want to do, they must know we will never retreat from the ideas and the 7 cardinal pillars of the EFF, and the center of those is to expropriate.
With some even mocking that this marks the end of the EFF. But is it really the end? South African politics is unpredictable, and history has shown that leaders often rise from legal setbacks with even stronger political momentum. Could this conviction fuel Malema's support base even more, painting him as a victim of the system he so strongly criticizes? Or could it finally mark a turning point where South Africans begin questioning the credibility and sustainability of his leadership? Outside the East London Magistrates' Court, the EFF tried to project unity and defiance. Malema ended his address with the revolutionary chant, Noma Kubisiaya. Asejiki, meaning
Alright, come on, sir. Hold it, Jita. Kill a man. Kiriwatawata. Kamarumo. Sorumormo. Asicha. Where were you when I'm dread? Where were you when I'm sitting? So fast, Kichi. Emoye. So fast, Kichi. Etati. Kichi, Kichi. Kichima, Kichi, Kichi, Kichima, Wonke Laban, Hebakit, Wonke Laban, Hebakit, Siltatile, Hilagit, Siltatile, Hilagit, shoot to kill, Yamasa, shoot to kill, kill a man, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa.
No matter how bad it is, we are moving forward. We do not retreat. This moment captures the essence of the EFF's political brand, resistance against all odds. But the real question is, will revolutionary songs and chants be enough to shield the party from the storm of political and legal consequences now brewing around their leader? Conclusion. The conviction of Julius Malema is more than just a legal ruling, it is a moment that could reshape South Africa's political landscape. Supporters see a leader standing firm in the face of adversity, while critics see a dangerous precedent for the nation's democracy. What do you think? Does this moment...
What are your thoughts on the Phala matter, where President Cyril Ramaphosa hid dollars in his couch? Do you think he should also be in court?
Well, to answer your question, I agree with you, and I would say yes, because when it comes to the Phala situation, many of people, I ask questions because usually when you get notes or you get money from other countries, especially dollars, right? We're not just talking about any currency, we're talking about USDs. What happens is that you usually have to clear and make a clearance or verify that you are bringing those money into the country. So it's sort of like corruption, because when other people do that, they have to go to court or they end up in jail, right? So this Phala case is the fact that it's under his couch and it's not declared. So that's really concerning. And as the leader of the country and is also part of BRICS, it gives us a bad reputation, and it also shows the reason why when Ramaphosa goes to America and goes to meet the presidents there and other worldly leaders, that South Africans are left in the dark as to what's really going on, because it raises many questions. And he should be going to court and answering, because if he can go all the way to the White House to go and answer questions there, surely he can come here in South Africa and answer the questions at home.
What do you think of the case against Julius Malema in the East London Magistrate Court?
I personally feel like it's prejudice, and it's also an information bias, because there's already some sort of, you could say, an agenda against him, or certain reputation that is upheld. Given the fact that they didn't want Malema or the EFF in the GMU to begin with, they've now found this as a reason to slander his name, I would say, because I'd speak personally as a civilian, I too have had my similar experience whereby where the court, or the court tried to sort of make a case whereby with the toy gun, the one you buy at the toy stores. Yes, I was buying that for a nephew of mine, right? And so while I was on my way there, they took me in and I had to go attend the court for a toy gun. And I mean, literally, this uses, the not even real bullets, right? But it has a speaker, the ones that make noise and everything. And so that court case went on for a very long time. And it was unfair given the fact that I was still underage. And the system still tried to make it a matter whereby they were trying to convict me and everything like that. Mind you, I was in high school. So with Malema in this instance, this is just trying to say that he was doing this, but what about the previous president as well? Because he had eventually served time for his firearms deal, and Ramaphosa as well. If Malema should attend court, why shouldn't Ramaphosa attend court? That's what I would say on that. It's only fair that it's both something to do with the court cases, and it deserves a fair verdict, I would say. If Malema goes to court for this firearm case, then Ramaphosa should also go to court for his Phala case. And then from there, the law can take its course, and then we take it.
Weaken Malema's credibility or strengthen his revolutionary image? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching AfriFreedom Channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more important updates that matter to Africa's future. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and never stop seeking the truth, because knowledge is the greatest weapon of all.